The same way you see the United States and Europe is the same way the Egyptians, the Lebanese. Thankfully, I hire a lot of Ghanaians, Beninois, Togolese from Africa. They see Nigeria as their USA. The Lebanese, if you have opportunity to travel to Lebanon, Lebanese Nigerians are the most respected Lebanese in Lebanon. Not American Lebanese, oh. And one of the advantages an emerging or frontier market gives to you is that there is no yet over-regulation and under-regulation, which gives entrepreneurs who are serious to venture into that sector, because over-regulation itself limits innovation and enterprise. It limits innovation and enterprise. The problem with people, and I say this, and I'll give credit to my mom. Till this day, I've never heard my mom talk bad about Nigeria. But I've never. As a teenager, my mom told me, you can make it easiest legitimately in Nigeria than anywhere. Thankfully, they had lived in the UK. She and my dad, before they came back to Nigeria. As a teenager, I was initially obsessed myself that I was going to travel out. But the moment I fine-tuned my mentality and I understood that principles is not magic, it requires process, and earth is not heaven. So you are going to have a great deal of breakfast, lunch, and dinner with frustrations, challenges, losses, pain. They are universal realities. With all the billions, millions of dollars, do research in Canada, US. There are more startup failures even in US than in Nigeria here. Eh? And there is over-obsession, and I've talked to people, tech. We do not need more of tech. Tech is an enabler. Before tech can create so much wealth, there must be a lot of brick and mortar industries. This is a restaurant here, they use software. There will be no need for software without the restaurant. So industries must be built, mature, before you bring in tech into it. And tech will not provide the number of jobs that we need in Nigeria. And the richest people in Nigeria will not come from tech. And for you, don't stretch yourself. Before I diversify, I was Kaka CEO for 5 years. Diversification came as a result of maturity and growth and stability. And then you would have built a whole lot of people as well who can handle. When you talk about systems and processes, the truth is that systems and processes are human beings. They are not computers and technology and all of that. They are human beings. You build their capacity, you build their credibility, you build their loyalty, you build their commitment. And until you get to that stage where people are also willing to stake their time and their future to your vision, you've not started going. And when people are willing to say, see, even if you fail, they will be there. I once had an investor at the early stage, even if you fail, we'll do another one. I trust you. So how do you know as well? How do you know that you've outgrown a clothes while going? It becomes tight for you. And you know it's time for you to move. But you must standardize first. You've not yet achieved growth, you're already spreading yourself thin. Me, when I started, I put all my eggs in one basket. And be careful the kind of motivational messages you listen to. You can't have one stream of income. You can have multiple streams. Yes, you can train yourself to be an investor and have multiple portfolios you invest in. Or you cannot start multiple businesses at the same time until you get to a stage. I've already answered your question. Frustration is part of the process. And I always tell people, even before you go to the divine with a prayer, you must have satisfied all conditions. And in my own personal experience, I'm not talking about others. If everything satisfies a condition, it will work. It's just like science. If a machine satisfies and obeys the law of aerodynamics, it will defy gravity and fly. If it has not defied gravity, it has not fully obeyed the law of aerodynamics. I always say it. If a woman and a man, if a fertile man and a fertile woman, if they copulate, pregnancy is going to occur. It's not a function of prayer. It's going to occur and you cannot reverse it. Fertilization will happen and it will lead to pregnancy. So, wherever you are, do it wholeheartedly, not perfunctorily. I see a whole lot of people, a whole lot. Things are not working. By the time I sit down and analyze, even the people discover that you've not done this thing as you ought to. Like the Bible will say, everyone proclaims his or her own faithfulness, but it's the Lord that finds them out. Everybody in your own eyes have been faithful. But if you sit down and analyze dispassionately, you still realize the inadequacy. Thank you. God bless you.